Good morning, girls. It is Wednesday. So we've talked a lot in the last couple of weeks about Harry Potter. Taylor, I was especially touched by your story of growing up with Harry Potter. Just know that it only goes away if you let it. And just because the movies are ending and the books have ended doesn't mean that's all over. I mean, look, we got Pottermore to look forward to. We get to learn more bits of background about people, and they'll still get to interact with people over Harry Potter. And there's conventions and Wizard Rock concerts, so it's not over, Taylor. But I was a bookworm long before Harry Potter came into my life. So since it's book club week, I wanted to tell you about a few series that have really meant a lot to me. I say series because individual books don't ever capture me as much as series. All of my favorite books are books that are part of a series. I'm going to start with The Unicorn Chronicles by Bruce Covell. They were probably the first series that I just fully immersed myself into. And I remember finishing it and being like, I want to hear the rest of the story. So I went to the library and there was no more books after that. And I was really upset that the author hadn't written any more books to come out with it, so I wrote him a letter. And it was really special because he hand wrote his response to me, telling me that the Unicorn Chronicles were really his favorite books to write, but his publishers wanted him to work more on the monster books that he had been making because they sold better. And so he was forced to focus on the monster books and hadn't been able to get back to the Unicorn Chronicles. And to get that personal response from the author, it was just an amazing feeling and gave me a sense of connection to those books that I don't have with other books, because I felt like the author was like just taking this personal time to talk to me. The next series that was really important in my life was The Mortals Chronicles by Tamara Pierce. Tamara Pierce to this day is my favorite author. I know with how much I love Harry Potter you would think it'd be J.K. Rowling, but Tamara Pierce has never wrote a single book that I don't like, and that's a pretty huge accomplishment. I'm really glad that I started out with the Mortals Chronicles because I'm not sure I would have gotten into it as well with some of the other books, even though I love them to pieces now. At that age I was when I started reading, I think that was a perfect one to start with because the main character could talk to animals, and it was kind of about her magical powers that had to do with animals, and eventually the powers developed and she had even more abilities, and I just loved animals at the time, so that was the perfect book to start with. And then I went from there to the Song of the Lioness Quartet, where this female wants to be a knight, but females aren't allowed to be knights, so she pretended to be her twin brother and to go through all her knight training as Alan. I just love the way Tamara Pierce always has these amazing heroine figures, and it really shows the power that females can have and puts them in a position in the world where they're very powerful characters, even though the world that they're in doesn't necessarily think of women as being these powerful heroes. And I just love the interaction with the characters. She gives all the characters a really amazing depth, and she'll write several series in the same world, so you see characters that you got really close to in old series kind of have cameos in the new series, and it just makes you feel this understanding and connection, and you get to see where the older characters are now in the newer series. It's just amazing. The final series that has really affected my life is the Harper Hall trilogy by Anne McCaffrey. I read Dragon's Song when I was in 8th grade, and it turned out I just love the characters in her world, and to this day I just wish that I could go to a dragon hatching and bond with a dragon or have a fire lizard. All these amazing creatures, and she makes the world entirely feasible. She bases things out of things that are scientifically possible, maybe in the realm of sci-fi, but you could see these things being possible, the genetic engineering and everything. She creates this whole world, this whole society that is so easy to believe, and you just find yourself immersed in it. I love how you could pick up any one of the books set in the Perm realm and not have to read the ones that come before it to understand what's going on. So those are basically the most significant series outside of Harry Potter that I have had in my life. Indra, I can't wait to see you tomorrow and see what books that you love. Bye.